How's it going, guys? I'm here at Franco's European Sports Car, and I wanted to do a video on this mega beast of a car, the 550 Maranello. Now, there's tons of videos on YouTube about the 550 Maranello and all its specs. Yeah, 5.5 liters, V12. This car was the replacement for the Testarossa. It came out in 1996, had almost 500 horsepower back then. 0 to 60 was around 4.4 and could reach 200 miles an hour. Now, 23 years ago, this car is 200 miles an hour in a GT form front engine cruiser. Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing back then. Still in today's standards, this car just destroys so many new modern cars. This particular car is really cool because it belonged to Van Halen and Alex Van Halen. Both of these guys own this car, and what's cool about it is it features, and I'm about to show you, it features a bitchin' roll cage, some Sparco racing seats, and some Sparco seatbelts. Car runs extremely strong right now. Right now it's going through some restoration, which I'll show you on the interior. They redid the dash with some new leather. I mean, all Ferraris are just, you know, what's awesome about their interior, especially back there, just surrounded in leather. I mean, a Ferrari is, you know, all about the sound, which is so important, the looks, the high-performance engines and suspensions, and the luxurious interiors. That's what a Ferrari is. Ferrari is definitely all passion with a massive racing history. Okay, so check it out. So right now, you can see that the paint's a little faded. Definitely could use some restoration, but the body's fairly straight. You got some pretty cool BBS style wheels. You got some pretty cool beefy wheels and tires. Come on and check out the interior. Check out this roll cage. Look how cool that is, right? Let's open this up. Okay, so the interior right now is being restored. As you can see, the dash was removed and recently recovered. Gorgeous leather, and you smell it, right? Some of the issues that these older Ferraris have, of course, are these sticky switches, right, which you got to clean over and restore. It's a very common problem. Look at this 6-speed gated shifter. That's what a Ferrari is. It's all about that in the engine. Clicking through these gears. Now, the resale values of the manual Ferraris just keep going up because it's nice not to have that high maintenance of the double clutch, which seem to eat clutches quicker. Just depending on your driving skills, you could have the same clutch for the life of a car, just depending on how careful you are and how you baby that, how you never want to drag race or slip it too often. So if you really know how to drive, you can get easy 100,000 miles, 200,000 miles at that clutch. I know I do. Now look. All right, now let's go back and check out these seats. All right, look at these Sparco leather seats. Right? You can't see that logo because this camera won't focus. There you go. Look at that cool as that. Let's check out look at the roll cage. Look, so Van Halen. Of course this belonged to one of the Van Halens, right? Now this could be Alex's, could be Eddie's, who knows, but we'll just keep that there. Love the diamond stitch leather. Love the roll cage. You got a 550 with a roll cage, you are a badass. With racing seats and racing belts, how much cooler can you be? Okay? Look at that. This car is gonna be, this car restored is gonna be one sexy beast. Look at that duct, right? Look at that intake. That is not just for looks, that is actually real. A lot of modern cars today, it's just for looks, which to me is just posing. You're such a poser if you have fake ducts. All right? Those are some ducts for some of the brakes. Of course, you got your grill for some of the cooling. Come on over here. They got rid of the pop-up lights. Super cool lights though, right? All right, look at that. Look at these shark fins. I love these shark fins. So distinct. So distinct. This car is so gorgeous. All right, let's go over here. Look at this nice, these flares, right? So many cars copied the lines of this Ferrari. I mean, even the trunk lids, just the trunk lids extending like that. Some of the BMWs brought that out. So distinct. Pininfarina, amazing designer. Look at this monstrous engine. V12 manual. Ridiculous. 5.5 liters. What an Italian hot rod. Okay, these are the Italian muscle cars. You know, you got, for the American muscle cars, you got the old school pushrod engines, which they still kind of use. These are overhead, dual overhead cams, 4 valves per cylinder, high compression pistons, high revving machines in the front engine, in the front of the car. How cool is that? And that duct that I showed you from the top, these are actually functioning, okay? The air goes through top, goes into these intakes. And look at these traditional Ferrari boxes. It's such a Ferrari signature. It's on my 355 as well. Look at this bad boy. Okay? These red valve covers is all Ferrari. That is a signature of Ferrari, which is so sexy. Right? It just looks like a fire-breathing engine beast. Look at that. How long ago did the Van Halen guys have this car?
Just a few years ago.
Did Alex race it?
Yes, Alex had it, would race it he would drive it to the track, race it, and then drive it home.
Awesome.
And then Eddie had it for about a year or two, because they traded cars, because that's, I guess, what they like to do. I don't know.
That's what they like to do. Did any accidents?
No. I know he spun it, but no crash.
What are some of the things you like about the 550? Like, why is it a beast of a car? I love it.
Right.
Why is it a beast of a car?
Front engine, rear wheel drive. You know, it's old school meets new school, and it's a 3-pedal car, so it's got everything you want. It's a modern Daytona.
And when you drive it, does it feel tame?
You can drive it easily. It's not trying to kill you, but definitely when you start pushing it, the car shrinks and it wants to go, and the rear end gets slippery, which is fun, which is why I like it.
Right. There's no traction control or any of that stuff?
It has traction control. It's a little bit primitive compared to the newer cars, but it works pretty well.
So you could still lose control if you wanted to?
Yeah, you can turn it off.
Oh, you can turn it off?
Yeah,
okay.
You just hit the button and you're good to go. It's you and Jesus out there.
Now, they produced this car from 1996 to 2001?
I believe so. There might have been a few other models after that, special editions and all that. But
okay, and then the 575 came after?
Yeah, then the 575 came out. And then,
would you say it's a reliable car? For the reliability compared to all Ferraris, how does the 550 stand up? What are some of the things that you can expect to go wrong?
Fuel pumps always go bad every 5 years or so because of our gas that we have here, so it ruins all the rubber that's around it.
Okay.
And it's immersed in the pump. But other than that, you just need to keep up the major service, which is pretty easy on this car. There's no engine removal, it's just the timing belts right in the front. Other than that, it's pretty solid. You know, I wouldn't say there's anything particular that goes bad. It's everything the same on any of the 90 Ferraris. Interior gets sticky, but everything else is pretty solid.
Pretty solid and reliable.
Yeah. Yeah, you could drive it.
That's usually what every Italian car mechanic says.
Yes.
But the rest of the world doesn't say the same.
It's not a Honda Civic.
Okay.
So it's not a Honda Civic. There is, if you abuse the car, you will spend money.
Okay.
And you will spend a lot of it.
But being a 6-speed manual and being a clutch, I mean, my clutches last 200,000 miles because I baby it. If you ever get to 200,000 miles in a Ferrari, but would you say the same? I mean, this clutch could last a lifetime of the car?
It can last a pretty long time. I mean, I think if you're easy on it, the clutch will last, could last forever. The bearing might go out on you. That's a possibility. But that's just part of the deal. But I would say it's going to last you a fairly long time. If you're easy on it, nice to the car, it'll last you a very long time.
So you still recommend a 550?
Yeah, I love it. No question.
A lot of car for the money, isn't it?
Yes.
Still.
You're getting real V12, real rear drive, real Italian.
Do you see the values of these cars continually going up?
For sure, in time,
Solid investment.
Yes, 100%.
Is there anything you want to tell us that maybe some little tidbits that people might not know about the 550 being so intimate with it?
Exhaust work really helps on this car. If you can get away with it wherever you're at, uncorking it will give you a definite power advantage. The Euro cars do have more power and way less. So Euro car is kind of awesome to have.
Sure.
Other than that, if you can get your hands on a Fiorano, that's another thing that is pretty cool.
Now, so like you're recommending like a Tubi exhaust or something like that, you can definitely
Tubi's a great exhaust for this car.
You feel it.
You feel it. I mean, if you can do, depending on whatever you're at, you can go straight exhaust. That's always for racing and stuff. You'll feel the difference.
You'll definitely feel the difference.
Yeah.
Damien, thank you so much for taking your time showing us this awesome beast of a car.
Yeah, absolutely.